Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the most industrial stream at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. With me, your host, Pop. So today, man, talk about cold. Minus 30 in the morning. But then it got up to minus 21. So, small victories. It's getting slightly warmer. But yeah, brutal. I just stayed inside. Man, oh man, I did not want to go outside for nothing. But I did get dragged outside to look at a few things, so just got to dress for it. All right, so before we get into the news of the week, which I like to pay a visit to, you can sort of tell how the economy is doing by checking out the news. I just want to say hello to people in the chat here. People like Rocker. What are we building today? You know what? We can build just about anything we want. And hey, Alex Moore. Good to see ya. And DJ Ronnie G. What's up, DJ? Just getting home, are you? It's important to treat your diesel truck so the fuel won't gel. Yes, there is diesel additive you put in, and that will stop the diesel from gelling up. Also, just like in Alaska, diesel trucks, they don't shut them off. You just let them run and fill them up as they're running and just keep it going because it's too darn hard to start again. You're almost home, DJ. Okay, that's good. Yeah, Rocker, glow plugs help too. They certainly do. But you just don't shut it off. Just leave it run. All right, let's head on over to Plant Magazine. And let's have a look at this one here. Government invests $9 million to help Waterloo region companies grow. So Waterloo is in Ontario, from what I understand. And when it says that the government's going to invest money, it means the government is going to give the taxpayers money to private businesses to buy them off. That's the way I look at it. I'm sure they would disagree, but yeah. When the government takes your money and gives it away to corporations, that's not good. Correct. There you go, Alex. On February 12th, Ruby Sahota, Minister of Democratic Institutions and Minister responsible for the Federal Economic Development Agency for Southern Ontario, announced an investment of over $9 million to support 7 Waterloo region companies to grow and scale. It is critical that we increase our capacity to support Canadian businesses, said Minister Sahota. That's why our government is investing in 7 Waterloo region companies today to support them as they produce innovative homegrown products and solutions. Well, we'll be the judge of that. With this funding, these companies will adopt innovative technologies and manufacturing methods to bring Canadian products and services to market. The 7 companies in their project include Alchemy. The Kitchener company will commercialize its next generation of longer lasting and easier to install nanotechnology based windshield protection products. Why have I not heard of this before? This is something we could use here in my province. You get rock chips and freaking cracks in your windshield from all the rocks on the ground. And if we had like windshield protection, we wouldn't have any of that because it costs so much to get your windshield changed here. And it's like a yearly occurrence. You're going to get a crack or a rock flying at it. So they're called Alchemy, and they're highlighted here. Okay, you can even go to their website. Next generation coatings powered by nanotechnology. What will be the judge of that? Okay, it's called an ExoShield. It's probably super expensive. Next generation camouflage solutions for the military. Really? Hey, Godzilla, how you doing? You saw this movie? Wasn't it that crappy T3 movie? Probably. There's only 2 Terminator movies. The rest are just, fan fiction. Anyways, they're getting the bulk of it. It looks like they're getting $1.8 million. Next up is Aviadrone Aerospace. The company will commercialize a new zero-emission cargo drone that is able to carry 20 kilograms of commercial and defense cargo, such as goods, parts, tools, medical supplies, up to 100 kilometers. This technology will enable quicker, and more versatile delivery of critical supplies. The Ball Service Group. This metal fabrication company will augment its capabilities in high-precision machining for medical technologies, as well as to diversity into other sectors. Don't they mean diversify? I bet you they had an AI write this or something. Speaking of which, Fluid AI Medical. The company is enhancing its manufacturing process to scale the commercialization of its post-operative care devices and technology for global markets. They're going to get $2 million. Geomate. The company is developing an AI-powered high-definition maps for 10 major cities across Ontario that will contribute to advancing autonomous driving, infrastructure development, and sustainable city planning. Yeah, that's nice, all that autonomous driving, but when it comes to winter and driving in the snow and ice, nothing beats having a human behind the wheel. I am not going to trust my life to some stupid self-driving car. Planetar. This company is enhancing its iGuide technology by integrating AI across all aspects of property documentation, driving market expansion. Okay, if you say so. Smarter Alloys Inc. This Cambridge company will increase its efficiency as it scales up production of its shape memory alloy products for use in medical devices, dental devices, cardiology products, automotive actuators, and energy heat engine applications. Okay, well, I want them to present products like, look, we did this with this money that you gave us. Look, we did this. We have this out now, and this is going to help this. But all I'm hearing is pretty words, and I'm sure this money is just going to disappear, and we'll never hear of these guys ever again. Sounds to me like we need some sort of Doge up here. I would love it if they went through and audited all the stuff that Prime Minister Moron is approving. Now, we talked about this last time. Japanese automakers Honda, Nissan, and Mitsubishi end talks on integrating their business. Okay, so they've ended talks, but did they come out with an answer at the end? Japanese automakers Honda, Nissan, Mitsubishi said Thursday, February 13th, they are ending talks on business integration. Nissan Chief Executive Makoto Uchida said the talks had changed focus from setting up a joint holding company to making Nissan into a subsidiary of Honda. The intent was to join forces to win in the global competition, but this was not going to realize Nissan's potential, so I could not accept it, he told reporters. He said that Nissan was going to aim for a turnaround without Honda instead. You might have just signed the death warrant for Nissan. If they're not doing that well already, maybe you would have been better off being bought up by Honda. But we'll see what happens. I hope none of you guys own a Nissan. Honda Chief Executive Toshiro Mibe said in a separate news conference that Honda has suggested a stock swap to speed up decision-making. I am really disappointed, Mibe told reporters. I felt the potential was great, but I also knew actions that would bring pain were necessary to realize that. The automakers agreed to end their agreement on considering a structure for collaboration. A joint statement said the decision was passed by board meetings at each of the companies. Honda Motor Company and Nissan Motor Company announced in December that they were going to hold talks to set up a joint holding company. Mitsubishi Motors Corp said it was considering joining that group. From the start, the effort had analysts puzzled as to the advantages to any of the companies, as their model lineups and strengths overlap in an industry shaken by the arrival of powerful newcomers like Tesla and BYD. BYD is the Chinese car company, and I would never buy anything from them, ever. Honda and Nissan initially said they were trying to finalize an agreement by June and set up a holding company by August. The three automakers will continue to work together on electric vehicles and smart cars, such as autonomous driving, they said Thursday. In recent weeks, Japanese media had various reports about the talks breaking down, citing unidentified sources. Some said Nissan balked at becoming a minor player in the partnership with Honda. Mibe denied he knew or heard anything about the media speculation that Taiwan's Foxconn was considering taking a stake in Nissan. Does that mean you're going to have to upgrade your car if it's built by Foxconn, does that mean you're going to have to buy a new one every 2 years when the new model comes out? There's a little humor there. Very, very little. Uchida had also denied having held any official talks with Foxconn, but stressed that various options will be considered as Nissan attempts a turnaround, promising a more detailed turnaround plan within a month. Honda is in far better financial shape and was to take the lead in the joint executive team. Honda reported Thursday that its April to December profits declined 7% to 805 billion yen, or $5 billion. Nissan reported a loss for July to September quarter as its vehicle sales sank, prompting it to slash 9,000 jobs. At that time, Uchida took a 50% pay cut to take responsibility for the results. As he should. On Thursday, Nissan reported that April to December profit crashed to 5.1 billion yen from 325 billion yen last year, and projected losses of 80 billion yen for the full fiscal year through March. Yeah, so Nissan's not doing well at all. Yeah, Nissan may get bought out or go out of business soon. I mean, that's what it looks like. Maybe they should have just let Honda buy them out. Let's talk of a Toyota merger. Okay. When asked by reporters if he would resign to take responsibility for Nissan's results, Uchida expressed openness to departing, but said it was the board's decision. Okay. Who knows? Who knows what Mitsubishi is doing even? Auto parts maker Magna warns tariffs will be destructive, but prepared to face them. Who knows? They could be exempt. You never know. U.S. tariffs sour outlook for Canadian sugar and candy companies. I mean, the U.S. has its own sugar companies, doesn't it? Or does Canada sell a lot of sugar to the U.S.? I have no idea. But let's have a look and see what it says. Canadian sugar and confectionery companies would be hit particularly hard if U.S. tariffs come into play because most of the industry's sales go south of the border, experts say. Sugar and confectionery does stand out as one of those sectors, especially in the short term, that is very reliant on the U.S. and therefore could see big impacts from U.S. tariffs, said Farm Credit Canada senior economist Amanda Norris. The industry is one of Canada's most vulnerable agri-food sectors because more than 80% of its sales are to the U.S., according to FCC. Canada and U.S. are currently in a month-long truce after President Donald Trump threatened sweeping tariffs on Canadian imports. Canada has said it will retaliate with tariffs of its own. Don't start a pissing contest with the states, all right? Bunch of idiot politicians. Sugar? You mean high fructose corn syrup makers? Yes. Yes, if you guys don't know by now, don't have high fructose corn syrup in any of the things you eat. It is poison. It's garbage. It's not good for you at all. Sugar makers are probably more scared of RFK Jr. versus Evil Orange Man. Maybe, hey? He was supposed to be voted in for Minister of Health or something. I don't know what you guys call it down there, but if he can make it so that you guys get better, healthier food, that would be great. Like, honestly. Where did I leave off here? Agriculture and food economic consultant Sebastian Pouliot said if the U.S. does introduce widespread tariffs on Canadian goods, the U.S. could start importing more confectionery products from other places, like Europe. Well, won't they have tariffs on them? I would expect there would be a significant decline in exports of candy products to the United States from Canada, in that case, said Pouliot. If the tariff threats become reality, it seems very likely that our US-based customers would probably pass on ordering from us for now, said Elise Wall, owner of Sullivan and Bleecker, a nut-free bakery in the Toronto area. Honestly, I don't think a nut-free bakery is getting orders. Like, you're a nut-free bakery in Toronto. I doubt you're going to get orders from the US. Seriously. And you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but are you going to order from some bakery in Canada with how long shipping takes? It just doesn't make sense. When you open a bag of snacks, RFK pops out and takes... Well, you'd know, Alex. You'd know. You're the one working in the grocery industry there. Your tinfoil hat brain looked to make sure fluoride in the water wasn't the same year high fructose corn syrup became a thing. It didn't, but still. The only nuts in a nut-free bakery are the owners. Hey, all right, Godzillionaire. There was a time when Nestle water was fluoride at grocery stores. Oh, that is just evil. Nestle is an evil company, and the CEO, when he said that water isn't a basic human right, he should have been made to, I don't know, go without water for a couple of weeks. See how that works out for him. Let's see. The company's Boom Candy brand sells to retailers across North America, but if tariffs come into play while U.S. customers can't absorb a 25% cost increase, then she can't cut her prices to make up for it. She's hoping some of those lost sales can be made up in Canada, where there's increased demand from retailers looking to stock up on domestic brands. Well, yeah, that should happen. The big grocery stores that import stuff should start looking more locally. Trade data shows that in 2024, Canada exported $5.3 billion in sugar and confectionery products to the U.S. It's the top supplier of confectionery products to the United States, ahead of Mexico and Germany, according to Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada. Canada also exports refined sugar, with the U.S. by far its biggest export customer. According to the Canadian Sugar Institute, wow, there's actually a Canadian Sugar Institute. I did not know that. Canada shipped almost 60,000 tons of refined sugar to the U.S. in 2023. Canada's sugar and confectionery industry is overdeveloped compared with the U.S., said Pouliot, because sugar prices are more attractive north of the border. Oh. Okay. If the archlich we supposedly had in office before put in tariffs, you'd see endless articles about why they were a good thing. You don't hate journalists enough. You're so true, Godzillionaire, and that's on both sides of the border. You don't hate the mainstream media enough. You don't hate journalists enough. Right? You don't hate the people on television enough. You don't hate Hollywood enough. It's these people that try to subterfuge and confuse your mind and, you know, distract you with things and make it so that you lose sight of what's important or what the main point is. They try to confuse you, and it's disgusting. It's a dirty way to play things. The price of sugar is significantly cheaper in Canada because of existing protectionist quotas and tariffs in the U.S., said Pouliot. That gives companies manufacturing in Canada an advantage when it comes to making candy and other confections, he said. It's companies working around the tariffs. Unrelated note, that guy Vlad the Impaler had some good points. Pun totally intended. Yeah. You can terrorize your enemies just by doing something that he did there with those pikes, and nobody comes to mess with you anymore. You know, there's when you're horrified by things, you're just like, you know what? I am not messing with this guy because I don't want to end up like that guy over there on the pike. The tariffs and retaliatory tariffs currently on the table would have a significant adverse impact on Canadian company Rogers Sugar and its operating subsidiary Lantic, the company said in a February 6th earnings release. Cadbury chocolate maker Mondelez, which used to be Kraft, if anybody doesn't know, Mondelez is used to be Kraft. It has manufacturing operations in Canada, said its earnings report that any escalation in the trade dispute would pose a significant risk to its sales and input costs. Other multinational confectionery brands with manufacturing operations in Canada include Hershey, Nestle, and Mars. Some companies are already looking at ways to pivot as they face uncertainty over the next 4 years, said Lisa McEwen, co-owner of Hemisphere Freight and Customs Brokerage, which help clients, including candy companies, import and export between the U.S. and Canada. Mondelez sounds like a traditional Canadian name. Yeah, right, eh? Mondelez. Sounds like something Ricardo Montalban would be selling. Everybody, come down to Mondelez and get your rich Corinthian there. A huge concern is that the margins just can't take 25% increase, said McEwen. It's not feasible. Over the short term, there's not much the Canadian industry can do to respond to tariffs, said Pouliot. If it looks like the tariffs are there to stay, then multinational companies are going to look more seriously into building new plants within the United States. If Canada retaliates, that would also have a big impact on imported products like packaging, and said Norris. Ricardo Mondelez. Khan! Yes, exactly it, Godzillionaire. That's the worry for Canadian companies that don't rely on the U.S. for sales, like Vancouver-based Purdy's Chocolatier, which celebrates its 118th birthday later this year. I do like Purdy's chocolates. They're good stuff. Let's support your journey, help you grow, audience. Feel free to reach out to me. Oh, look, somebody else. Okay. Boom. And remove. There we go. Where was I now? The company imports some important raw materials, in particular nuts, from the U.S., said President Lawrence Yade. For example, the namesake pecans in the company staple sweet Georgia Browns actually come from Georgia, he said. We're not going to get around that. We're not going to replace those, he said. You love how all these articles say the downside to tariffs is the U.S. building more factories domestic. Don't forget, this is from a Canadian source, so they're trying to scare us, thinking that the factories are going to get moved from here down into the States. Because remember, I've said before, this is a lot of fear-mongering. The guy was president before. He's president again. We'll get through this again. They're trying to blow everything out of proportion, and I don't like it. Wall said during the COVID-19 pandemic, she started sourcing more packaging from the U.S. to avoid supply chain disruptions. Now she's backtracking to avoid tariffs. I've already been in contact with European vendors to try to bring in stuff from Europe that is comparable in quality. Is there nobody in Canada that can do this for you? Are you not looking hard enough? There has to be somebody that makes packaging in Canada. I think you're just trying to look for the cheapest one. Why don't you go to Africa then? Go search out Africa for some cheap stuff. Or India. This is Trump 2.0, the revenge tour. He took 2 shots at him and missed. He's ready to metaphorically fire back. Yeah. Well, I hope they have a very good detail attached to him. People that actually want to protect him. I think it's disgusting that they allowed someone to actually get a shot off on him, or 2 shots. So, they need to step up their game, and he has to be like, you're fired. Get out of here. I'll find somebody else who's going to stand up and protect me. At the same time, the industry is also dealing with a significant rise in cocoa prices as farmers struggle with extreme weather. What extreme weather? What are they talking about? They don't go into much detail about what this quote-unquote extreme weather is. With the loonie relatively weak right now, that could offset some of the pressures from potential tariffs by the U.S., said Norris, since it makes Canadian imports a little cheaper. This is true. But on the other hand, the weaker loonie makes imports from the US, like packaging, more expensive. Yes. There's one silver lining for companies like Purdy's, the Buy Canadian push that has shoppers across the country favoring Canadian products. This is absolutely the moment for Purdy's to really scream loud about what it means to be a Canadian business. Okay. And that's it for the news from Plant Magazine. Why is Canadian money weak? Maybe because you call it a loonie? You know why, Godzilla. It's because we don't have anything backing it anymore. I think numbskull Prime Minister there got rid of the last of our gold. And now look at it. I can't believe some across my feed there on YouTube. The price of gold has just like rocketed up. It's unreal. It's like $4,500 an ounce Canadian for an ounce of gold. That's just nuts. Like, holy. And same with silver. Silver's, the last time I checked silver was, I don't know, a year or two ago, and it was like $30 an ounce, and now it's 45. Unbelievable. But if I was in charge, the Prime Minister and all that, I would start buying gold and keeping it in here to back our currency. You invested in gold and silver 2 years ago? Good man. Right on. Yep. That's the hard assets, precious metals is your protection from inflation. Pop Minister McCann. And we praise the golden idol. It's great, right? Yeah, Pop Minister. Oh, that kind of minister. Yeah, not Prime Minister, Pop Minister. If I was the mechanic Prime Minister, that would be great. Might get into the ETFs. Now, I'm going to tell you this, DJ, be careful. Paper gold is not the same as physical gold. Paper silver is not the same as physical silver. Yes, you like physical when price peaks, ETFs can be sold fast. And you've accumulated silver for years? Good man. Your 5-ounce Jägermeister bar is one of your coolest Hey! 5-ounce bars. Nice. That's good for you, man. Yeah. I am a big proponent of buying physical metals. If you can get your hands on it, do it. It's really important because, as I've been seeing, there's a lot of claims by a lot of people on one single piece of gold at the COMEX. So they have a lot of paper shorts that are out there, and as soon as somebody comes to collect, boom, that's gone. And people are left, and they will just try to pay them out in dollars. They'll try to pay them out in dollars, and they'll be like, well, we don't have your gold here, but here's some money. And it's not money, it's currency. And here's some currency, and it's not worth anything. For easy selling, yes, of course. Physical is for long-term savings, yes. If you sell it, they take a hit they pay below spot. Yeah, that's exactly it. Anyway, yeah, that's my little soapbox for getting precious metals. So you wouldn't sell until either retirement or after a 500% gain. Yeah, that's a good gain. Right tool for the right job. You got her. Okay, let's switch over now. This is an article from Canadian Plastics, spreading the word about the skilled trades. It says here, one way to solve the labor shortage is to give the skilled trades more attention in high schools and colleges. Ontario Injection Molded Precision Components is leading the charge. Well, I would even go so far as to say junior high. Partial reserve banking is the most insidious thing. Yes. They refer to it as fractional reserve banking, Godzillionaire. And it is awful. From what I've learned, if you put like $100 in the bank they take $10 of it to keep and loan out the other 90. So yeah, fractional reserve banking is terrible. You only speculate with ETFs because you're familiar with how it moves. I gotcha. Lots of brass, wink wink, is also a great investment. I get what you're saying, Godzillionaire. Pew pew. For not taking trading for not taking trading advice from you. Nope, I'm not giving out trading advice either. All I'm saying is, if you can't hold it in your hand, then it can be taken away from you. Okay, this continues on. The labor shortage is a bit like the weather. Everyone complains, but nobody ever seems to do anything about it. In recent years, the skill shortage in Canadian manufacturing has become acute. In 2022, Statistics Canada reported 47.4% of Canadian manufacturers struggled to find skilled workers, and 85% reported understaffing, compared to 39% in 2016, according to a Deloitte study. Access to skilled talent now outranks factors like taxes and access to materials when it comes to a company's competitive edge. It's sad reading, but it's not new. The plastics manufacturing industry has been dealing with the reality of staffing shortages for decades. One good way to fix this is by bridging the gap between education and industry. An Ontario-based injection molder, Molded Precision Components, MPC, is exploring this through strategic partnerships, educational outreach, and workforce development initiatives. Sounds like a bunch of fancy words. Are they actually following through, though? So labor shortage is like the weather. Millions of tax dollars are spent for... We're going to fight it. We're going to fight this. How do you fight the weather? Pay more money. Pay money. That works, right? Nestled north of Barrie in rural Oro-Medonte, MPC is a full-service engineering, product development, and precision molding facility that utilizes its in-house tooling operation to produce upwards of 70 million high-precision plastic parts each year, from large automotive components to micro parts as small as 0.3 grams. But despite its cutting-edge technology and robust growth, staffing remains a challenge. In 2022, we expanded into a second facility, which increased our production capacity by 40%, said Daryl Greatrix, MPC's tooling manager. But to maximize that capacity, we need skilled tradesmen, and they're not easy to find. Rather than waiting for solutions to magically emerge, MPC is actively working to cultivate a new generation of skilled trades professionals. The company has long supported apprenticeship programs, typically employing at least one mold-making and one general machinist apprentice at any given time. However, given the scale of the labor gap, more needs to be done, and Greatrix has taken a leading role in outreach efforts focusing on changing perceptions about skilled trades among educators and students. Well, educators for sure. They need to be told to stop, dumping on the skilled trades. Many teachers and guides and counselors default to steering undecided students toward arts programs because that's what they know. Ugh. I think I just threw up a little bit for that. That's terrible. But a general BA won't necessarily lead to a stable career. We want high school and college administrators to recognize skilled trades as a viable and rewarding option. To this end, MPC has strengthened its engagement with the Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program, OYAP, which enables high school students to begin training in skilled trades while earning their diploma. Greatrix, a member of the advisory committee for OYAP Precision Metalworking Skills Sector, has facilitated the plant tours of MPC for guidance counselors and educators. When they see our advanced automation and high-tech environment, their perspective shifts. He said they realize that manufacturing isn't the dark, outdated industry they assumed. MPC has also added to Simcoe County's list for high school field trips so that students can see modern plastics manufacturing plant firsthand and talk to firm staff. Additionally, Greatrix regularly speaks at schools, providing students with direct insights into careers in tool making and machining. What the world needs now is sociology majors. Sweet sociology majors. Yes, gender studies, all that kind of stuff, Godzillionaire. Yep. MPC's efforts extend beyond secondary schools. The company has a long-standing relationship with Georgian College in Barrie. With more than 20 Georgian alumni, including Greatrix himself, now employed at MPC, in 2020, MPC collaborated with Georgian students to develop an automated robot cell for one of its cube molding machines, and MPC aims to deepen this partnership going forward. The company is actively involved in the implementation of Georgian's Peter B. Moore Advanced Manufacturing Center, a hub for technological innovation and industry engagement. MPC is also sponsor of the Sandbox Center in Barrie, a networking and mentoring space for entrepreneurs, and of the Cybergnomes, a team of local high school students competing in the annual First Robotics League competition. Ultimately, MPC's mission is bigger than just filling its own job vacancies. It's about transforming how skilled trades are perceived by students in their formative years. Manufacturing today is high-tech, automated, and offers incredible career opportunities. Greatrix said high schools and colleges have a vital role to play in solving the skilled trade shortage, but they need to rethink how they guide students. Programs like OYEP are great for students who know they want to get into the skilled trades, but we want to cast a wider net to reach the kids who don't know what they want to do, to make them aware that the trades are a good opportunity. If we can change the narrative beginning in secondary school, we can secure the future of our industry. Junior high, that's where you got to go. You know, kids get out of elementary school, they go into junior high, grade 8 or whatever it happens to be, and boom, hit them with it. This one is from Newsfile. And it's called Bridging the Skilled Trades Gap, How New England Trade School is Transforming HVAC Education. I always tell you guys that HVAC is the way to go. The United States is experiencing a critical shortage of skilled trades workers, especially in high-demand fields like heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, or HVAC. This gap poses a significant challenge to industries and communities alike, but New England Trade School is stepping up with an innovative solution, a fully online HVAC training program designed to make skilled trades education more accessible, engaging, and effective. I still think in person is the best way to go. I don't know about this online stuff, but in a classroom, in person is way better. We are redefining how HVAC education is delivered, said Will Cornell, president of New England Trade School, by eliminating obstacles like rigid schedules and high tuition costs. We're making HVAC careers more accessible than ever. Yeah, but you have to make sure people know what they're doing. You can't just say, oh yeah, you took the online course, you're good to go. As traditional trade schools struggle to adapt to modern learners' needs, New England Trade School has embraced cutting-edge technology to stand out using virtual reality, interactive lessons, and hands-on troubleshooting simulations. The school provides a dynamic learning experience that prepares students to excel in the field. This approach ensures graduates are not only knowledgeable, but also confident in applying their skills in real-world scenarios, setting them apart as highly capable HVAC technicians. The school's flexibility is a game changer for non-traditional students, such as working adults and career changers by offering self-paced courses. New England Trade School caters to those who might otherwise find it impossible to attend a physical HVAC school. Due to time or location constraints, students can log in from anywhere to access high-quality training, eliminating barriers that have traditionally kept many from pursuing a career in the trades. If you really want something, you will do it. That's what it boils down to. You can't have everything handed to you. If you really want to be and do something, you have to make it happen. Don't blame you. Oh, I can't get there. Oh, I can't do that. That's weak. And you've defeated yourself already. So I would say, if you ever want something enough, you will find a way to do it. New England Trade School's online HVAC classes doesn't just provide technical training, it also equips students with industry-recognized certifications such as EPA 608, Universal, NATE Ready to Work, and OSHA 10. These certifications give graduates a competitive edge in the job market, ensuring they meet employer expectations and industry standards. Beyond the training itself, the school's commitment to student success extends to career placement assistance by connecting graduates with potential employers. New England Trade School helps bridge the gap between the education and employment, addressing the skilled trade shortage head on. The school's approach combines cutting-edge tools with a focus on practical outcomes, offering a streamlined pathway into HVAC careers. Hey, what's up, Tanker? How you doing? Did you miss something? Well, we've been going at this now for 42 minutes. So yeah, we just went through the news, and now I'm just going through some of the articles about the shortage of the skilled trades out there. With who? With me. It's just me. I don't have anybody on as a guest or anything. I was just going through some articles. Where'd we go here? The school's innovative model has already earned praise for transforming the way trade education is delivered. Students leave the program ready to handle the complexities of modern HVAC systems, from energy-efficient technologies to advanced troubleshooting techniques. This practical, future-focused training prepares graduates to thrive in an industry that is increasingly reliant on skilled professionals who can meet evolving standards. I highly doubt this. Really, if they're saying that they're ready to go right after their course, no. I'm not buying it. You are never ready to go after your course. You need that hours of practical work to gain your experience. So I'm not buying it. I don't care what they say about how good it is. For those considering a career as an HVAC technician, New England Trade School provides a solution that is convenient as it is effective. By blending advanced technology, flexible learning, and career-focused education, the school is redefining what it means to train for the skilled trades. Where is it? It says it's out in the ocean. New England Trade School. Somehow I doubt the New England Trade School is out there in the ocean, you guys. I'm pretty sure it's in, I don't know, New England. Ridiculous. Okay. Next up, the title of the stream today was First Jobs. So I'm interested. I want to know in the chat from you guys, what was your very first job? And, let me know if you're still doing it or if it was just something to get by until you found something else. Just finish up my tea here. Tanker, you never had one. Okay. That's fine. So, while you guys are busy typing in there, because I know about chat delay and all that, my first one, I worked at a rock plant. Your first unofficial job was parking lot attendant at a funeral home. They have those? They have parking lot attendants at a funeral home? Oh, your first real job was a gig with the Richmond Town Historical Society moving furniture. Oh, DJ. Young kid moving stuff around, big strong kid, eh? Moving furniture. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I didn't move furniture at one of the jobs I was at. I was one of the guys that would come in and pack all the things up into boxes for the movers. So I was part of a team. We'd go in ahead of time. We'd pack up, stuff like dishes and things like that, pack them up into boxes. And, it would take us about probably the whole day. So we'd pack everything in the boxes, and then we'd leave, and then the next day the movers would come and just grab the boxes. So that's what I used to do at one point. Your first regular job was Geek Squad CIA, counterintelligence agent, as in tech services counter. There you go. That's why you're so good at tech. That's what I always tell people. If you like turtles, tech, and astronomy, you're going to want to tune into DJ Ronnie G, because that's what he's all about. He did that 5-year stints and worked for Staples and the cable TV call center in between. Oh man, you were all over the place, DJ. My first job, I was 16 years old, and I worked graveyard shift at a rock plant. What a rock plant does is they take limestone and such and they crush it, and they were making stucco. So any of the stucco you see that was on the houses or anything like that, that was made at the facility where they crush the rocks and store it in big silos. And I did night shift there, and I did not like it because it was night shift. And you know, you're 16 years old and you're just like, oh man, working graveyard shift. Before getting your current job, you just hit 5 years with your job as a mainframe operator. Nice. Yeah, it was rocks, DJ. And we can take a look at this video here about how it's made. I think we'll mute it here. I don't know if I'm going to get dinged. This is the Science Channel after all. Probably got nothing better to do than come after me. Okay, there we go. Oh, you can't get a job because you're angry. Okay, Tanker. So it looks like they're bringing in the raw material. But he opens up the valve and whoosh, goes down into the storage vault. You started your current job on a 5-day night shift. Wow. That's crazy, DJ. Yeah, Marble Notebooks. You got her. That's what it looked like. So yeah, you've got your cement, sand, some admix, clay, and lime, and I guess you mix them all together. I never did get into the mixing or anything like that. I was just like, I was a laborer. I was doing like shoveling and wheelbarrowing, so that's what I just did. But that's all you do when you're the young kid, you know. You're 16 years old. You're going out to do a job, and you're gonna be the guy on the goon spoon, right? You're gonna be the one that's doing those jobs that nobody else wants to do. I guess they're showing how they mix it up and such on a small scale. And how they color it. And then once they do that on a small scale, I guess they move over and they do it on a large scale. With a giant mixer and more ingredients. You know, you got to scale up everything. It's just like making cake. That's right, DJ. Oh, man. Dusty. But yeah, this was working at the place that makes stucco, or like I say, one of the very first real jobs I got. I think I made, I don't know, $8 an hour or something like that. But yeah, not very high pay, but I think it was the late 80s, probably 1989. But yeah, $8 an hour, night shift. It was weird because you're paranoid when you're working your first job. You know, you're seeing people sleep on the job, and you're like, you guys shouldn't be sleeping on the job. It's not what they pay us for. Yeah. There they go, making it up. There's the stucco. Then you add the color. Yeah. Color it up. That's a pretty dark blue, all right. And then they mix it up thoroughly, and there you go. That's your stucco. I'm sure they're going to test it out. Put the white stuff in and then go for the color. Okay, and they're putting the lid on. There you go. There's the guys testing it. I'm sure they're going to see how well it sloughs and all that. Whether it hangs out okay. Oh yeah, and the bagging machine. So we had to do it all manual. It was a manual bagging machine. This didn't have anything fancy like this with the big arms on it. It was a 3-nozzle bagging machine. It was like one guy bagging and 2 guys loading them on the pallets. So there's none of this. This is all high tech. Right on the conveyor belt. This is stucco, Godzillionaire. Was my first job was working at a rock plant that made stucco. You need to use a gallon of liquid rubber to seal a leak in your house. Yes, and that is where I worked first. Was the at the rock plant. We called it the rock plant because they just took a bunch of rocks and crushed them up. Future robots, Alex? Maybe. Alex, what was your first job, I'm wondering? Godzilla, your first job was trash man at an amusement park. Oh, wow. You were the guy that went and changed all the garbage bags? One does not hate humanity enough until you pick up their trash. Oh, were you the one going around with the broom and the little pickup there and sweeping people's garbage in there and dumping it out? Because people are pigs in that regard. They don't care to put stuff in the garbage, which is dumb. Like, always put your stuff in the garbage. And I know what you mean about trash because I worked in the garbage industry and I know what it's all about. Oh, you're going to type it earlier as you were getting ready for work. You're going to use voice to text since you drive. Okay, no, that's fine, Alex. I did not know you were driving. You emptied the garbage bags and used brooms and dustpans. Ah, yeah. You hated popcorn for a long time. People dropped it and crushed it. Yeah. They like ground it into the earth. They're like, take that popcorn. And you're like, come on, man. Your first W-2 tax job will probably be the movie theaters. You're an usher, then a projectionist. But your actual first job was a golf caddy. Tiger just won the first Masters. I want to learn about golf. Hey, that's all right. Movie theaters would have been okay. Usher, I mean, you're showing people their seats and all that, and whatever ushers had to do. And then projectionist, yeah, getting everything set up and ready, swapping films. But yeah, caddy, golf caddy, could have done really well if you were at a good resort or a place where they would a good golf course. Job did allow you to lose 60 pounds in 2 months. Amazing way to get in shape. Wow, Godzilla. Holy. That is a lot. That's a lot of weight you're dropping then. So the job at the rock plant, well, it didn't last that long. Then the next job, because I was finishing school, and I got out of high school, and so I went to work at a cement plant. Now, a cement plant is way more busy than a stucco plant, or a place where they crush rocks. They do crush rocks there, but
cement and concrete are entirely different products. In fact, cement is one of the primary.
well, right now he's explaining that cement and concrete are two different things. You use cement to make concrete. Cement's like a binder. So they're going to show you how cement's made.
Fascinating process of how it is done. Cement. It was named by its inventor as such because its color resembled the stone quarried on the Isle of Portland in Dorset, England. The primary raw materials used in cement production are limestone and clay. They are
There's
typically
limestone,
obtained
clay,
from
and Portland
quarries
cement.
by blasting or using heavy machinery to extract them from the Earth's crust. The extracted materials are transported to the crushing plant, where they are crushed into smaller pieces. The crushed limestone and clay are
So there's a
then mixed
crusher
in
right there.
appropriate proportions to form a raw meal.
That thing just goes back and forth, and it just pounds those rocks down. I'm sure they have to change those teeth all the time.
Clay are then mixed in appropriate proportions to form a raw meal. The raw meal is
That's not Portland cement. It should be bright pink or blue,
transferred to a mill.
like Portland, Oregon.
Large rotating cylinder. Inside the mill, the raw materials are ground into a fine powder.
So everything's ground into a powder.
Process enhances the efficacy of the subsequent chemical reactions and ensures the uniformity of the raw meal composition. The powdered raw meal is then heated in a preheated tower.
So it's going through a preheater tower,
Kiln
which
are
heats it
used
up.
to raise the temperature. As the raw meal moves through the preheater, it undergoes partial calcination, which means that some of the carbonates in the limestone decompose to form calcium oxide, which is the lime. The preheated and precalcined raw meal enters a rotary kiln.
So then it goes into a kiln after that,
Furnace.
where the kiln is super hot. And it goes through there and it undergoes its transformation. And I believe it turns into what's called clinker.
In the kiln reaches around 1450 degrees Celsius or 2642 degrees Fahrenheit.
2,642 degrees Fahrenheit.
Materials undergo a series of complex chemical reactions and sintering, resulting in the formation of small, marble-sized nodules called clinker. The clinker consists of calcium silicates, aluminates, and
Then the clinker goes into what's called a ball mill. And that's what that guy was doing. He was showing you the media that is used in there to crush the clinker and make it into cement.
Consists of calcium silicates, aluminates, and ferrites. The clinker is discharged from the kiln and passes through a clinker cooler.
Hey James, how you doing?
Is blown through it to reduce.
Hey, did you go get your did you get your appointment yet? Come on, man. We got to know. We're wondering. So there's a cooler that cools down the clinker because you don't want to crush it right away. Not yet?
The clinker is important to maintain its quality and prevent the formation of undesirable crystal formations. The cooled clinker is then ground with gypsum and other additives such as fly ash.
You got to reschedule? Okay.
In cement mills to produce fine powder. Gypsum.
So gypsum is added to control the setting of cement. Gypsum is very soft rock. I have a piece of it, and you can scratch it with your fingernail.
Is added to control the setting time of the cement. Once prepared, the cement is ready for transport to the concrete factory. Because cement is such a crucial part of concrete, cement plant laboratories check each step.
So they're checking the quality in the laboratory there,
Physical tests.
just to make sure that it's
Also analyze
good and strong,
product.
what it's supposed to do.
It complies with all industry.
On a positive note, mostly quits. Hey! Nicely done, James. Hey. Come on, guys. Give it up for James. He's mostly quitting smoking. I mean, that's a big step. Really hard to do. Yes, Godzillionaire, schedule. Like a proper British citizen says.
The cement is ready. It's time to source the aggregate. Aggregate is the most important component.
Cement, sand, and aggregate, or just rocks.
Of concrete by volume. When it comes to composition, aggregate is composed of both gravel and sand. The sand is added so the spaces in between the gravel are completely filled, thereby giving the concrete stronger bonding and consistency.
They're testing the strength of it, and wow, okay.
Mixture of coarse and fine particles reduces the requirement of cement.
Honestly, you don't want your concrete to be that liquid.
Cost effective. Now is a great time to talk about the hidden stars of concrete manufacture, the admixtures.
You knew a guy named Schroeder? Said schedule was wrong. What does he know? I can either say schedule or schedule, and I prefer schedule.
Molded and placed without segregation or excessive
Asked if his name was Scroter. Hey, Scrotum. You'll never convert me to aluminum or aluminium. No, even I can't. Even I can't do aluminium. It's aluminum for me. It's been aluminum for years.
Strengthened by using fibers made of stainless steel, glass, and carbon. With the raw materials all there, concrete production can finally begin.
You hear both versions all the time? Yeah, Alex. I bet.
Aggregate, admixtures, and water based on the desired strength.
So this is how you make cement mortar.
In fact,
You add all that, add the water.
is an entirely different discipline dedicated to finding out the right
Only the Zoomers say aluminium or aluminum.
target tensile strength. Moreover, building
Telescope's now locked on Orion Nebula. Ooh, are we looking at Betelgeuse there, DJ?
on the different types.
Or are we looking at the belt?
The next step is to mix the ingredients thoroughly to create a uniform mixture. Traditionally, this was done manually.
Dude want to name his kid Harold Schroeder? You mean Harry Schroeder? Schroeder? Harry Schroeder? You called your friend Venus once and got detention or something? Almond is still mispronounced? Is it almond? Almond? It's not almond. It's almond. Alma with an L. We are below the belt, between onions and knees.
It's important to check the workability of the concrete.
His last name being Bean. Oh, you call him Venus because it's his name.
Dry ingredients as necessary. Once the concrete is mixed and has the desired
It was pretty amazing working at the cement plant, seeing how there was a lot of big machinery there, and you know, a lot of it takes up a lot of real estate. It was by a river, so there was always barges and stuff, barges of material that would come in. They would unload the barge with the loader. Almond sounds good to you? Bay Fabric. What's up, man? How you doing? I was just asking everybody, what was their very first job? Mine was working at a rock plant that made stucco. And then I moved on to a cement plant. Canadians still mispronounce Gulf of America. I'll call it whatever you want, man. I'm not even anywhere near it. I've got no skin in the game. You want to call it Gulf of America? Call it Gulf of America. You want to call it Gulf of Mexico? Call it Gulf of Mexico. I don't care. Oh, of course, your joke being too good, they heard penis. That was it. That's pretty good. What amazes you is how many mixes of concrete there are? Oh, I know. They have to sometimes use like cold weather concrete. And, you know, that's pretty crazy. You can pour in like cold weather here in Alberta and you don't have to worry about it having a hard time. First job or first job? Nope, first job. Not in your field, Fabric. Just like your absolute first job. Was Fabric an animal fluffer in his early years? The Weather Channel is finally caught up to saying it. Oh, okay. So they are saying Gulf of America. Doesn't bother me at all. Gulf of America. Great. Are they going to call it the America Triangle, though? It just doesn't have the same ring to it. There you go. There's how concrete was, or how cement was made. Yeah, they have high altitude concrete mixes as well. Yes. Yeah, 100%. You can make it as hard as you want. It's unreal what you can add, the additives you can put into it with concrete. What's up, Fabric? You grew up? Your first job was growing up? That sounds like hemp enhanced. You avoid the History Channel because how it's made, marathons consume your day. I know, right? The shows come on and you're just like, I just want to see how this is made. Oh, look, that's neat. Oh, look, that's neat. Oh, next thing you know, you're 4 episodes in. You're like, man, I gotta go. I gotta do stuff. This is crazy. Somebody turn the TV off for me. On a farm, so planting crops. Okay, Fabric. That makes sense. Did they let you use the farm equipment, or was it all by hand? Yeah, exactly. That would probably work, yeah. I just want to watch this episode 4 hours later. Or as they say it in SpongeBob, 4 hours later. So I really don't have much in the way of pictures and videos for you guys, like anything new. Monday was a holiday for me, so I didn't go into work to do anything. And I went in today, and honestly, it was a lot of ordering and just, investigating some old hot oil system. I could have got pictures of that, I guess, but it's nothing exciting until we drain it and remove it. That's the exciting part. Godzillion's got he's got the knowledge here. You have to plant the real crops in between the corn rows so the helicopters can't see it. Dun dun dun. Did a bunch on farms, picked stones, chores, straw, and hay baling. Oh, look at you, James. That's all right. You can't wait for the filler episode where I'm just doing purchase orders all day. Yeah, can you order me this? How much does that cost? Okay, use this purchase order number. Okay, good. And delivery? Okay, can I get that in a couple days? Okay, great. Yeah, and then I'll drive down in the company truck, pick it up, drive back. It's that makes for some exciting stuff. And I'm finally getting a clip for my my holster. I have a radio holster, and I'm gonna clip my camera to it. So I'll finally have a camera that can just be on my shoulder and it can watch what I do. So no more one-handed work there, guys. Hopefully it works out okay. I've got to try it out. It was on your uncle's farm, and everything is grayed out for privacy. Grayed out for privacy? Trade stock filler arc. Pop does budget season. Yeah. You guys will be happy to know that since the old plant manager was fired and the new one came in, I have been appointed as the one to run shutdown. So I am going to take on my shoulders the responsibility of planning and running the entire shutdown this time. So wish me luck, you guys. I'm going to try my best to make it so that our shutdown is very smooth and hopefully things get done as they're supposed to each day. So big responsibility for me, and I think it's the right choice because who else knows the plant better than the maintenance guy of what needs to be repaired and everything like that, rather than having, which somebody was dumped it off on a process engineer. The last plant manager was like telling our process engineer to run it, and I'm like, why wouldn't you ask me? Like, why can't I do it? Like, that's what I didn't get. Anyways, PO numbers, check numbers, addresses, phone numbers, etc. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So this is Pop's hero arc. Run the shutdown, usurp the plant manager, and reign supreme. Oh, we're going to try, Godzilla. We're at least going to try to have a smooth running shutdown where things get done. Safe and smooth. You got her, James. Sounds like I did an insurrection. I had nothing to do with it. When the boss of the plant manager comes to visit and he doesn't say why, the plant manager should be worried. That's what it was. That's what it was like. We knew it was coming. The employees, we could see it coming. We're like, this guy's out of here. He's got to be. And yep, his boss showed up. It was about 15 minutes later. Plant manager was walking out to his car and he drove off. And that was it. An hour after that, the new plant manager came rolling in. And there we go. We've got a new plant manager. You're the most qualified person that you know for that role. Thanks, DJ. I like to think so. I talk a good game, I hope. Convinced you guys I know what I'm doing. But yeah, it's that's what's going on. The shutdown is going to be in May. So from May to June, Pop is going to be one busy guy. It's not a real shutdown until you argue with an engineer about the location of a flex hose being off by gauge drawing by 1 inch. I don't get really wound up. I'm actually quite calm. So when I'm dealing with engineers, other people, I realize I have to be the elder statesman because as far as the average age goes, I'm like the second oldest at the plant. And I have to show it. I have to be more mature. I have to be more, more composed and try to approach things logically and not get dragged into something emotionally. So that's what I try to do. Does it always work? For the most part, yes. But sometimes there is that time when you get really frustrated. Yes, change his channel name to Pop President Mechanic. You've had that convo with an engineer and their manager about the location of a flex hose being off 1 inch on a 30-year-old drawing. Oh man, our P&IDs are old and they hardly ever get updated. So yeah, you've got P&IDs from the 1960s and it's like, well, where does this run? Oh, that's not there anymore. Why wasn't this updated? And then, engineers lose their minds. Sometimes just disconnect the thing and make someone else decide to fix it. Yeah, James. I'll be popularly known by my people as Great Sulfur Father. Brimstone. He who smells like brimstone. Right, Fabric? The manager, wait, this is flex hose? Why is this an issue? Oh. Yeah, so I'm hoping things work out well. I'm gonna pull together with a bunch of the managers, process manager, the reliability engineer, the plant manager. They've said, if I need their help for stuff, they will lend it to me. So I will probably knuckle down, and I might be a basket case at the end of this all. So you'll have to excuse me if I go a little after this is all done. So. It may end up like that. It may not be as bad as I think, but we'll see. I will definitely keep you guys apprised, though, because hey, that's what I got to do. Looking into the the pictures. You must rule the engineers with an iron fist. You will listen to me. And that is it. You need a cape and a special hat for the shutdown? Sure, we could crowdfund for it. Yeah, there you go. Somebody needs a cape. That's what actually where I used to work, my crew that I had working for me, That's what they used to say to me. They're like, "Oh, you can take your cape off now, Pop. You can take your cape off. You don't need to," because it was. I was always the one that's like, "Come on, guys, let's go do this. Let's get this done." And they're like, "Come on, you can take your cape off once in a while." It's like, we got to get this done. Extra points for having the secretary put the damn thing in the president's desk drawer. Makes pleading ignorance difficult when it's in his desk. Yeah, true. Your secretary must at minimum have a D cup. Well, let me see if I can find out what she should look like. How about this, you guys? There we go. Not the shutdown leader you deserve, but the shutdown leader you need. That'll be my motto. Put that over my door. But we'll see if I can get a waifu like that for a secretary. Then yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. And yes, I'm preparing for double D's and make it trouble. You like the Pika Pikas? Nice. Good name for him. Make her dress like a waifu. Tell her it's the undress code. Sorry, company policy. It's right here in the CBA. You must dress like this, waifu. Let's see here. Just checking for some pictures. Man, where is that one with the cap that was eaten by the sulfur? That's a good one. You guys still like the flashlight with the hole in it. That's great. I can't remember if I put that on a short or not. I'll have to check. Cause that's a great one. Where the heck was that? No, not that. No. I'm still looking. Still looking here. The drilled trouble light's a classic. Yes. Flashlight with a hole when those third shift nights get cold and lonely. Oh, that would make for a pretty horrendous looking light show, Godzillionaire. You had occasion to write Pika Pika today also? Nice. And you can always throw that into your sentences. That's always good. Yeah, where did that go? Man, oh man. Not all holes are made with... I left my USB drive at work because I didn't have any new pictures. Yeah, I feel bad I don't have any pictures for you guys. I always like to show you at least something. Man, that 30 years ago? What, Pokemon? Yeah. Yeah, because Pokemon celebrated their 25th a while back. So yeah, it's got to be coming up to 30 now. maybe next year, from 96 to 2026. Let me see here. I swear I had something like that around here. Yeah, red, blue, and yellow. It was red and green in Japan, but yeah, red, blue, and yellow. Cheap viewers on stream, boo. I'd be stupid not to. Get out of here. I will, like everything else, I will earn my viewers on my own merit. Shows you how much our culture has stagnated. How many waifus can you name for the last 10 years versus 20 versus 30? I mean, yeah. I think my wife and I were watching a YouTube video last night, and it was saving characters by alphabetized. So it was, you could save 3 per letter. So yeah, as soon as there's like N for Nami showed up, I'm like, yep, got that. She saved. Like almost all the One Piece waifus get saved. Because hey, they are some quality waifus. Well, boys, I'm sorry, but I guess I don't have any really interesting pictures for you guys this time around. Nothing, yeah, nothing that's too crazy that wouldn't be a repeat. Apparently I married a unicorn. A woman that likes anime is staggering. In the 80s, we had 4, maybe 5. Doesn't look down on waifu? No. Oh, okay. What I can do is I can tell you guys a story about how I met my waifu. We met each other at an anime convention. She was dressed up from the same series that I was. I was dressed up as Sebastian from Black Butler, and she was dressed up as Madame Red. And we met each other, we took some photos, and then we found each other on DeviantArt, where I was like, oh, are you going to this anime convention? And she's like, yes, I am. I'm like, well, I'll see you there. And then we met up and went on a date afterwards, and the rest, as they say, is history. The sheer number of waifus in the last 10 years is staggering. In the 80s, we had 4, maybe 5. Yes, I can attest to that, Fabric. You know, I had my Macross waifus and Star Blazers, or, you know, Space Battleship Yamato. You know, because who doesn't like Yuki Mori? She's great waifu. But yeah, after that, maybe Sailor Moon. And then after that, like really, I don't know, nothing until the 2000s, I guess. But yeah, 80s was pretty bleak. Like Robotech had, you know, a couple of waifus, but that's about it. Quality versus quantity, Fabric, yes. Daisy Duke, Wonder Woman, and the lady from Buck Rogers. Oh, yeah. Yes, that was Erin Gray, James. She played Wilma Deering. And she was great. My wife and I watched the first season of Buck Rogers, and yeah, there's some good stuff. Even Jamie Lee Curtis was on that show. That's quality, yeah. Galaxy Railways had some wife. Yes. Or Galaxy Express 39 had Maytel. How dare you forget Bulma Pop? Hey, that's right. Dragon Ball, Bulma, and Launch. Who else was there? Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball Z. Sailor Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Jupiter are your first waifus. Hard to choose. It would be hard to choose, but I lean towards Sailor Venus more and all. She's more girly than a lot of the other ones are. And she was Sailor V, so she's got that going for her. Thing is, the ones for the last 10 years are all quality and so diverse. Yes, Princess Ardala from Buck Rogers. Like, wow. Holy. Like, when I watched that, I was just like, whoa, who's this? And how can I see more of her? You thought Amanda Tapping from Stargate was cute later on? They always had a gung-ho attitude. That's all right. What about Sailor Uranus? Here's a newsflash for you, Fabric. Sailor Uranus likes Sailor Saturn. So, or no, Sailor Uranus and Neptune. They like each other. Amanda Tapping played a great Sam Carter. Okay. Oh, Princess Allura from Voltron. You know what? I didn't get a lot of Voltron in my area. I mean, I knew of it. Yes, DJ. Yep, Uranus and Neptune. And Anne Lockhart from Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, let's go. The forgotten waifus, right? Battlestar Galactica, she was great in that. Right, Saturn's the one that's turns evil, I thought. Dark Lady, isn't it? Don't remember. Yes, and Saturn is older than Chibi Moon, yeah. Not Japanese, but Scarlet and Lady J from G.I. Joe. Yeah. Let's go. G.I. Joe was great. Seriously, I always thought that, you know what, maybe they're preparing us 80s kids for what was going to happen in the future by having a military, an army fighting terrorists, a terrorist organization bent on ruling the world. So, I don't know, just throwing that out there. Something for food for thought, Because who didn't go out, shouting, "Yo, Joe"? She might get dark at some point. Yeah, I think that was her name, though, when she transformed, DJ. Yeah, Sailor Saturn and Pluto are the only ones with staffs instead of wands. I've seen a lot of Pluto's cosplayers, yeah, and they really like that staff. Saturn has more of a scythe. Ooh. No, that was 80s Fabric. Evelyn from He-Man. That was 80s. That came out, actually, He-Man came out in 1983. And then She-Ra came out in 1985. Sailor Saturn is Tomo Hotaru. Yes. Very good, DJ. I always liked He-Man. That was a great show. You have gaps in your Sailor Moon lore? Well, somebody's got to knuckle down. Maybe watch some shows again. Or maybe some movies. If you don't want to watch the whole entire run, right? You can always grab one of the movies. Get caught up on it. Yes, Jupiter is Kino Makoto. Yes, exactly. And my wife was looking up how tall, because in the anime, Jupiter looks super tall over all the other girls. And apparently she's like 5'5". Yeah, Mercury, Amy-chan, Amy Mizuno. Venus is Minako Eno. Yes, Mina, or Minako. I can talk Sailor Moon with you. I can't go super deep, but I know a little bit. Tuxedo Mask is Mamoru. Oh, Gem and the Holograms. Truly, yeah. We sat down and we watched that. We bought the box set and watched all of Gem and the Holograms. It was awesome. It was good music and just watching the story. Jupiter has slightly more meat on her bones, except in the manga. You're pretty shallow yourself. Yeah, it's okay. Mamo-chan, yeah. Oh, Josie and the Pussycats. That's 70s, but still. There was Josie and the Pussycats, and then Josie and the Pussycats in Outer Space. And the thing about those shows is the good music. Like, seriously. You know, you got a good chase scene, and you got them playing the music. Like, all those shows that had bands were great. You always had a good old time just rocking out to the music. True that. Yep, you got her, DJ. Well, this was a nice trip down memory lane, everybody. You know, talking about our first jobs, and then we're kind of rolling into the anime, which is nice. I definitely like chatting about that. I appreciate all the support for you guys. You know, I'm going to try my best to make this a successful shutdown and something that I can be proud of. And you know, if I'm really good at it, they'll probably make me do it again next year. So, look, either way you look at it is either good or bad, but I'll be doing that. Your dream job, DJ, sure. When you were a youth. Yeah, fire away, man. When you grew up, what did you want to be? You want to be a Ghostbuster. Hey, nice. Yeah, that's all right. As long as you're not afraid of any ghosts, right? You missed the anime stream because you had to go to Teton country again? Oh, Fabric. I know, we missed you on Sunday. That's okay. There's another one coming up. Another one for Sunday. Speaking of which, guys, if you can help me out, please hit the like button. Right? If you haven't subscribed already, or spread the word, tell your friends, let them know old Pop's here. We can have some great, great chats together. DJ, yes, I know you wanted to view that Tetons. Yep. But yeah, I should start wrapping her up here. I just want to thank you guys. Hey, it was great. What a fun stream. A great time. I'm glad you guys were here. There's other good channels out there you can tune into, like Pacific 414 and our very own DJ Ronnie G. Brandon the Anime Guy. There's Carl at the RNG Podcast. There's Tomby. He is the fella from across the ocean in the UK. There's Angry Canadian, Nerdporeal Lifeform. There's everyone's favorite Penguin, Punkwaddle. You can tune into a lot of his good stuff. I like his Penguin Positivity streams he puts up, videos. They are great, and they are a breath of fresh air compared to all the negativity and everything that's always out there on YouTube, it seems. But that seems to be what gets all the views. And I'm not going to go that way. I'm not going to try that. I'm going to stick with what I'm doing. And you know what? If people that want to hear negative stuff, they want to hear it, they can go somewhere else. A friend of Aris and you made an AI opening song. Hey, well, go listen to that, you guys. Listen to what DJ and Aris and friend made. And don't forget, there's Infinite Metal. He is on Kick and Twitch. He plays retro games, and he has a buddy dragon called Skelly who mocks and ridicules him as he plays. Infinite voices Skelly. It's really great. It's just like there's two different people on the stream, and very entertaining. I like it. I get a real kick out of it. Makes me laugh. So tune into Infinite Metal. He's a really good guy. See them more than you want to lately? That pass is icy as hell. Going to end up down a ravine. Don't, Fabric. I'd be really sad if you ended up down a ravine. Come on, man. Just slow down a little more. Sounds like an English anime opening. Okay. And yes, because Fabric lives where the Grand Tetons are, he does deal with them all the time. So lots of mountain driving, which is freaking dangerous. And it's not because you're a bad driver, it's because everybody else is. Well, coming up on Saturday, Retro Game Day, more Yu-Gi-Oh! I am starting, or I did my first battle in the next tournament, and I have to face off against my next opponent, which I believe will be, who will it be? Is it Joey? No. I can't remember. I watched them battle the last time, and I think Joey lost, so I will have to battle. Sunday, binge watches Steingate because it's top tier anime. I did talk about the first episode, Godzilla, last stream. Which brings me to Sunday Anime Chat. It's time travel month, time traveling anime. And I did feature Steins Gate, and I watched it, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. They can send messages back in time. If I find the time, I'll try to watch it, Godzilla. You found the time to watch all of My Dress Up Darling, and I salute you for that. So it's only fair that I watch all of Steins Gate. And then after Sunday, it's Tuesday again. We'll be at it here again on your most industrial stream on a Tuesday night. And that's what it is. This is your industrial stream. I just host it. How dare you force me to watch My Dress Up Darling in a single day? All I said was it was good. Oh, it was so good, though. And season 2 is going to be really good, too. But yeah. My wife still gets a kick out of it. I'm like, did you know that Godzilla watched My Dress Up Darling all in one day? And he told me he doesn't have time for that. So we both get a good kick out of it. It's fun stuff. My Dress Up Darling was Godzilla's secret passion. Well, he could have stopped, but he didn't. Yeah. There's some real good ones out there. Real good shows, and I'm enjoying them. This season, I've only dropped one show. No, I've dropped 2, but one I didn't watch at all. The other one I did drop was Phantom Trigger. I've got 17 shows on the go right now, and I'm enjoying them. They're really good. So I hope you guys are enjoying them as well. It was an odd circumstance. You recommended it. Took the weekend off for chores. Popped some booze, and 12 episodes later it was done. Yeah, am I going to do chores today? Nah. Fires up My Dress Up Darling. Here we go. This is 6 hours I'll never get back. But it was good. It was good. You can't deny it, Godzilla. It was good. You're really rooting for Gojo there. And looking at Marin was great, too. It's like, damn. She is damn good. And doesn't have like a snobby attitude or anything like that. She's not evil of any kind. She's just quite wholesome. You've wasted 6 hours on far worse anime? Oh, sorry, man. Maybe I should do that as the next thing is anime you've wasted your time on. Get you guys to bring out the ones that you wasted time on and you were just so disappointed. I've got a few, and I'm just like, why? I wanted you to get better, but you didn't. You useless anime. You useless show. Anyways, I should wrap it up here, fellas. I had fun tonight. I hope you did as well. Your dress-up darling is every weird nerd's dream, having some random skill that the popular hot chick needs. Yes, yes. It's like, hey, it checks all the boxes. It's like, this is great. And it made it so that I bought some merchandise, too. I bought a figure of Marin, and I also bought a My Dress-Up Darling art book. Heroes of the Galaxy, all 5,000 episodes. On Mondays, you should tune into Mech Pit with Ironcaster, Punkwaddle, and Snacks are regulars. Yeah, I tuned in actually yesterday. I tuned in yesterday to listen to Ironcaster. Anime you've wasted most time on? Neon Genesis Evangelion. Go ahead, boo me. Your boos means nothing. Seen what makes you cheer. Oh, Evangelion, man. That's oh man, that was Evangelion really messed with my head. Then I watched End of Evangelion and I was just like, oh, I should not have watched that straight. What's that cosplay anime out? Oh. It is. I know what you're talking about, Fabric. I know what you're talking about. Is it 2.5 Dimensional Seduction? Because that's a great one. Godzilla would love that. He's probably seen some already. I don't know. You only asked because you can't believe that Ironcaster finished the TV series, but still didn't watch End of Evangelion. Oh. Oh, yeah. What's up, DJ? Am I mixing up End of Evangelion with nope? Because I watched all the way to the end of the series, and then I watched End of Evangelion. But I didn't realize that there was a different, like the difference. One was a continuation of the ending of the other one. So I just watched the full thing, and then I went and watched End of Evangelion. Wasted the weekend watching the movies, including the sequel movie. Still sucks. Yeah, the last 2 episodes were huge. WTF? Yeah, it's on his list there, Fabric. I knew it. Anno received hate mail, which led up to the End of Evangelion being funded. Ah, yep, that would do it. Yeah, I mean, I watched Evangelion, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. I'm just like, yeah, I watched it. It was weird, and time to move along to something else. Move it up on the list. It's got fan service. Overrated anime ever. Yeah, I mean, people go gaga over it, but I'm not as into Evangelion. They have nice art books and AMD some moments are effectively remastered. The ending breaks with Protocol. Shinji isn't supposed to be happy. Yeah. Fabric, if you want fan service, watch High School DxD. Hey, you guys remember I did the beach episode month there, and I had High School DxD as one of the shows, and man, oh man, what a great show! Like the fan service just spills out of it. I hate whiny protagonists. Looking at you, Harry Potter. Yep. Yeah, I only watched the first movie back in the day. I never read the books, but I only watched the first Harry Potter movie, and that was that. I didn't really care too much. High School DxD was far better than any ecchi should be. Yeah, Godzilla. I agree 100%. The N64 game is interesting. Oh, man. You were preaching to the choir. Have the t-shirts. DJ, you're still playing the training levels. Oh, man. Makes sense it's on the N64. You know, it did come out in 95. All right, gents, I got to be on my way now. I got to wrap it up here. Thanks for putting up with us, prolong your show. Hey, DJ, it's all good, man. When we're having a great chat, it doesn't matter how long the shows go. You know, I like hearing what you guys have to say. You need to get a new analog stick, but that's besides the point. Oh, yes. Yep. Yeah, you guys, thanks for coming out. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time. I hope you'll join me on Saturday for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or if not, please join me on Sunday for anime. And we'll have a good old time. We'll have some great chatting. All right, well, until next time, everyone, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.